Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 18th episode of Full Throttle Infinitely Wide, the Motorsports Community Podcast. I'm Preston, and the only person joining me for this one is Mike.
Hello.
So, in this episode, we'll be doing recaps of 5 races. We'll be talking about the 3 NASCAR National Series races in San Diego. We'll be talking about the ARCA race in Berlin, not Germany, the racetrack in Marne, Michigan. Hopefully, I pronounced it right, but if I didn't, then my bad. And the IndyCar race at Road America. But before we get into all of that, got some really important news to share. It's good news and bad news, if you want to call it bad news. The good news is I got a new job, a second job, and it's a pretty well-paying job, a lot of hours and all that good stuff. Got some good perks. The bad news is, if you want to call it bad news, because of its schedule, this is unfortunately going to be the 18th and final episode of this podcast. And yeah, that's all there's to say about it. Really, it's like our schedule. My schedule for this is just gonna. It's just so hectic. Like the 2 jobs I have, well, the one I've had for a long time, and the one I'm about to have, like I'm pretty much only going to have weekends available for video making, and we can't really record race recap podcasts on weekends because we're going to be watching racing. So, like, it stinks, but it is what it is, and not a lot of people listen to this podcast anyway, so it's really not the end of the world. And my dog's barking away. I am so sorry if you guys hear that. So yeah, it does suck that we have to cut this podcast short, especially since we barely covered any of our special topics that we're going to talk about, including the life and career of Kyle Busch. But on a positive note regarding that, I'm not setting anything in stone here, but one thing that I'm hoping we can do, is because of this limited time I'll have of video making in the future, we'll turn Full Throttle Infinitely Wide into a series of videos, not really in podcast format with race recaps, but videos just for the special topics that we've listed, and we've got a lot of them. So, so the brand of Full Throttle Infinitely Wide is not ending. At least I don't think it's going to end, but the podcast part is. It stinks, but it is what it is, and all good things must come to an end, right?
Yep, it was a fun time.
It was a very fun time. And Mike, it's been really fun collaborating with you and Ryan and Craig and Cody.
You as well.
Yeah. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to the truck race at San Diego. I unfortunately did not get to watch this because I was at a friend's house and didn't have access to this race. But did you watch it, Mike?
I watched the highlights.
All right. And yeah, I saw a little bit of highlights too. And the winner of this race was Lane Riggs. He's having a really good season. And remind me, who was it again that cut the chicane on while battling with Riggs? Was it Brandon Lewis, perhaps?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't remember. But there was a it was a really good battle for the win, and I do like the Coronado street circuit. It's hectic, but I still think it's fun.
Yeah, it's an interesting place for it. I like it.
Yep. Also, Parker Kligerman had some beef with Adam Andretti. And it'll be interesting to see how long that rivalry goes on for. And unfortunately, drivers like Jimmy Johnson and Jamie McMurray had to retire from this race. It would have been cool if they could have made it to the finish, but you can't have everything. Yeah, from what I've seen, I thought the trucks handled this new street circuit pretty well. So let's move on to the O'Reilly race in San Diego. This one was won by Austin Hill. He had a great battle with Taylor Gray. And he did a burnout next to the Kyle Busch number 8 that was imprinted in the circuit. So that was a very nice gesture on his part. And there's a driver in this race that I just have no idea how to pronounce. It's driver number 42, Baltazar Leguizamon. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Have you heard of him before? Because I haven't.
I think it's Leguzman.
Yeah, I really don't know.
No, I never.
But did you think this was a good race? Because I did.
Yes.
That's what I like to hear. All right. And now we move on to the ARCA race at Berlin Raceway. I didn't get a chance to watch this as it was airing the same time as the O'Reilly race, but what are your thoughts on this one?
It was a good race. I can't compare it because it's the first time I've watched a race at this track, but it was a good race.
Yeah. It's evidently a pretty small track considering only 22 cars entered this race.
Yep. It's less than a half mile.
Yeah, and the winner was Max Reeves, and there were only 8 cars in the lead lap. Felt like one of my NASCAR 25 road races, knowing that. And Kevin Campbell didn't complete a lap. So I guess there was a lap 1 crash.
That I didn't see. I did not catch the start of the race. I started watching probably about 60 laps in.
Gotcha.
I was bouncing back and forth between that and the O'Reilly's race.
Mm-hmm. So, let's go on to the IndyCar race at Road America. This one I saw front to back, and this is actually a pretty fun race. Although I didn't expect like Alex Palou to get penalized. I didn't expect Marcus Armstrong to have an engine problem. Like it was just this race was just full of surprises, man. And Christian Lugard got the win. David Lucas and Will Power rounded out the top 3, and kind of sucks that Joseph Newgarden got a penalty for colliding with Nolan Siegel, but it is what it is. Yeah, with all like all the penalties and the timing of the cautions during pit stop cycles, like the field was really shuffled up here. And I'm sure there's people arguing over whether or not Will Power should have been penalized for his contact with Graham Rahal on the final lap, but I don't think like Power meant to collide with Rahal. Like, I think it was just a racing incident. Like, I mean, I did look like Power locked up his brakes a little bit, but also Rahal like kind of came down on him. So you'd be the judge of that. And we're gonna move on to the Cup race at San Diego.
Yeah, sure.
And I got a question. What time is it? Come on, you should know the answer to this. It's time. The part-timer that is Corey Heim ended up getting the win after a really good battle with Tyler Reddick. The latter of whom unfortunately had a tire problem on the last lap. Or with 2 to go, I should say, excuse me. Really sucks that he went from like leading to finish 25th, but stuff like that just happens in racing, am I right?
Yep. Certainly Heim time again.
Yeah. And Kevin Magnussen had some beef with Noah Gragson. And I remember like seeing an Instagram video of their confrontation. Like Gragson kept asking over and over again why he wrecked him, and Magnussen just kept saying to piss off.
Yep.
Yeah. And I thought
Watching it,
I thought Shane Van Gisbergen was going to win this race, but Austin Hill had to lock up his brakes.
yeah,
And
kind of an unavoidable incident on SVG's part.
yeah, and Zilch's part. And then Christopher Bell, because of his injuries, he had to be substituted by Brent Cruz, and then the car had a gearbox problem. And then Jimmy Johnson had an early crash, but still managed to finish 28th. And on the lead lap. There were 29 cars in the lead lap, the last of which being Josh Berry. Yeah, so what's kind of a bummer is that because of his 38th place finish, SVG is out of the top 16 now. So hopefully he can fix that. And by the way, if I remember correctly, the next race at Sonoma is going to be the start of the NASCAR in-season challenge. I've set my bracket. How about yours?
No.
You should. It's pretty fun, although I'm pretty sure my bracket's going to get busted early. Did you do bracket last year? I forgot.
No.
Oh. Well, if you did, your bracket probably would have been busted early too. But yeah, it was a pretty good week of racing, and it just sucks that we won't be able to do any more of these, weekly recaps. But it's like I keep saying, all good things must come to an end. And yeah, I mean, not much more to say about that.
It gives us more time to do the special topics and have it be like a more professional type video.
Yeah.
I use professional there in heavy air quotes, especially for
Yeah.
myself.
I mean, I do use Premiere Pro for editing, so I can see why you say that. So you got anything else regarding these races to say?
It was very exciting to see a new road course, a new street course even.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a complete mess. It was still sketchy, but it wasn't a mess. It put on a good show. Yep.
So before we sign off, thank you very much to everyone. I know there weren't a lot of people who listened to this, but thank you very much to everyone who decided to listen to this podcast. I do apologize again that it's having to end earlier than I thought, but life can be pretty unpredictable, right?
Yep.
And it was fun while it lasted. And it's not the last you're going to hear from us. We're still going to be hopefully working on scripts for like different racing videos. Hopefully we can actually have the time to get to them. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of research, but hopefully we can do this. So on behalf of everyone at this podcast, I'm Preston signing off. Thank you for everything.
Have a good day.